Everyone called my friend a coward for breaking his little brother's heart, opening with a slightly shaky, reflective tone, then building intensity. Can you imagine having to betray your best friend? To break a solemn promise you made, knowing it could shatter his trust in you forever? Because I did. And it was the hardest, most terrifying choice of my life. But if I didn't, his little brother might never get to say goodbye. What the hell would you do? My friend Alan? Man, he was practically a legend. The kind of guy who lived for the rush, for proving he wasn't afraid of anything. I remember one time, he was only 15, and he made some crazy bet. He stood on the school roof, a wild grin on his face. I was screaming at him, telling him he was insane, that no bet was worth his life. But he just didn't listen. He crouched, shot himself off the edge, and landed feet first in the swimming pool below. We all thought he was a goner, the air just frozen in our lungs, until he burst through the surface, sputtering and yelled, "Hand over the $50." The whole crowd erupted. He got suspended for a week, but he came back a hero. Everyone knew his name. Teachers would call him reckless, irresponsible. One even warned him he'd die young if he stayed so hard-headed. Alan would just shrug, flash that grin, and say, "Life's too short to be scared of anything." Oh, Alan. Those words, he'd end up eating them later. Junior year, he doubled down on the daredevil act. Spring break, there was this 40-foot cliff everyone talked about jumping off, but almost everyone would get to the edge, look down, and just chicken out. Not Alan. He just walked right up, took one look, and launched himself off like it was nothing. He disappeared deep into the water, and we stood there, mouths agape, screaming his name for what felt like 9 whole seconds. Then he popped up, laughing, yelling for us to jump in too. His Instagram exploded. Every week, new insane adventures. Skydiving, bungee jumping, cliff diving, racing his motorcycle on back roads that even cars struggled with. One time he broke his arm skateboarding down this ridiculously steep hill, and he literally just laughed it off while the paramedics loaded him into the ambulance. He even started a YouTube channel, doing increasingly crazy stunts. People loved him, especially his little brother, Andy. Andy watched every single video, probably 10 times over, trying to copy the skateboard tricks in their backyard, practicing parkour moves. He'd say, "I'm going to grow up brave like Alan." But then, everything got weird. Last summer, on Andy's birthday, their parents took the whole family to Six Flags. Andy was thrilled, bragging about how he was finally tall enough for the big kid rides with his brave older brother. He was especially excited for this roller coaster called Thunder Mountain. It wasn't even that intense compared to the stuff Alan usually did. So, there they were, in line, waiting their turn when Alan just stopped at the gate. His face had gone utterly pale. Literal sweat beaded on his forehead just from looking at the ride. "I'll wait here," Alan mumbled, gripping the gate so tight his knuckles turned white. Andy, bless his heart, thought he was joking at first. I mean, this was Alan, the guy who'd just jumped out of a plane a month before. Andy tugged on his arm, begging him to go. But Alan kept making excuses. "I feel sick. Ate too much funnel cake. This ride's for kids. It's boring for adults." Andy ended up riding alone, his excitement visibly deflating with every passing second. Alan just sat on a